Delius was a Grand Prix driver for Auto Union. During that time, he managed to finish in third place at the 1936 Italian Grand Prix. His only IndyCar race was the 1937 Vanderbilt Cup, where he finished fourth. Unfortunately, Delius was killed as a result of a crash at the German Grand Prix 3 weeks later. Here he sits in his car at the Vanderbilt Cup. Coy was mostly a midget driver who won the ARDC Midget Championship in 1968, 1969, 1971, and 1972. In all, he raced from 1946 to 1984. Coy also entered 10 national championship races between 1960 and 1967, starting 3. His best finish would be a 15th at Trenton in 1962. Here he is after winning a midget race at the Speed Bowl in 1977. Vukovich is the son of two-time Indianapolis 500 winner Bill Vukovich. He raced IndyCars from 1965 to 1984, starting 181 races. During that time, he won a race at Michigan in 1973. In all, he finished in the top 10 85 times. In 1972, Vukovich finished second in the USAC National Championship standings. In 1998, he was inducted into the National Midget Auto Racing Hall of Fame. Here he is after qualifying at Indianapolis in 1973, where he finished second. Robinson was primarily a sports car driver. He won both the 24 Hours of Daytona and the IMSA GT Series Championship in 1987. Robinson also started 5 kart races between 1986 and 1987, finishing 6th at Long Beach in the latter year and 7th at Miami in the former year. Here he is at Meadowlands in 1987, where he finished 25th. Gerry Brabham is the son of 3-time Formula One world champion Jack Brabham. After winning the 1989 British Formula 3 Championship, he moved up to Formula One in 1990. However, he drove for the infamous Life Racing Engines team and failed to pre-qualify for the United States Grand Prix and the Brazilian Grand Prix before splitting from the team. After winning the 1991 12 Hours of Sebring, Brabham started a pair of IndyCar races at Surfers Paradise in 1993, finishing 14th, and 1994, finishing 24th. In 2016, he was sentenced to 18 months in prison after being found guilty on charges of rape and indecent treatment of a 6-year-old child. However, he was released after 6 months. Here is Brabham at Surfers Paradise in 1993. Heveron started off as a modified driver and he won the Oswego International Classic in 1981 and 1982. In 1983, he started the kart race at Atlanta, finishing 12th. Heveron then entered the Indianapolis 500 that year, but failed to qualify due to a practice crash. He then started 31 NASCAR Cup Series races between 1984 and 1986. During that time, he played a key role in one of NASCAR's most significant moments. At the 1984 Firecracker 400, he flipped his car, which brought out the caution and allowed Richard Petty to win his 200th and final race. Here he practices for the 1986 Daytona 500, where he finished 15th.